Hey, Mr. Money Man, Zain, how are you?
How you doing, man? Long
You're the
time.
man. You're the man with the money, eh?
No, man, not even, bro.
Zain,
Just,
seven
no,
predictions, is it? Or was it nine? How many you got right?
no, seven now.
Oh, wow. Should have followed you.
How you been, though? You're right, Aski. Let's talk
Yeah,
about.
man. Listen, everything's good. Can't complain. We're in a difficult time, but we've got to make the most of a bad situation. It's all good.
How's training going since the lockdown?
Trying to tick over. Can do what we can do. Everything's, you know what? Can't complain. I really can't complain. But I've got to respect the government's decision to close certain gyms, certain clubs. But they've allowed the elite boxers, so can't complain.
Yeah. How's the new signing, Josh Taylor?
Hey, listen, Josh Taylor's not. He's some. Listen, pound for pound, the hardest puncher I've ever come across. He is something special. Look, and how many fights? 16 fights. WBC silver, Commonwealth, WBA super, IBF world, Ring Magazine champion, WBSS champion. Mate, this guy is going to be the two-way undisputed champion. Generally, so hard, so fast. He really is something special.
Respect that, man. What do you feel like you'll bring to the table? Because obviously he's got a fight coming up. I'd like to speak a bit more about it. So tell us a bit more about that.
Listen, you got to first give respect to Shane McGuigan and what he's done to build him to what he is.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And then add Ben Davison to the mix, and you're gonna get some real special. To be assistant Ben, it's just a privilege, and to see Josh at work, it's just a true blessing. But it's unbelievable, and you see why he's so highly rated. And I'm not just saying this for hype. I genuinely do believe he'll be a two-way undisputed champion. You've heard it from me so many times, but he'll be the man that'll end Crawford. Trust me.
Wow. That's a massive statement, but that could be true because I believe that he's got talent. And with regards to training with you lot, you specialize in defense. I just think that if you can brush up on his defense, like his defense is already good, but he's gonna be even better now. And like with the likes of Crawford as well, the fight that he had that showed me a lot was the Regis Progress fight. You
Yeah,
know?
listen, he could have stopped. He could have stopped him, but due to the eye injury, he had to be cautious. And if you look into the third, fourth round, you'd see that he was gone. He wanted to stop. He was taking the punishment, the body shots. But listen, it is what it is then. It is what it is now. And I believe now with the out of Ben Davidson, I think he's going to be something real. Remember, I feel them punches on my body bag. And believe me, he's like the Matrix. He's in front of you. He's left, he's right. And then bam, he hits so hard. And before you even, you know, feel the impact of that shot, he's got you with another shot. And you think, how does this guy do it? And it's not like he twists 100% into it. He just generates so much power, and it's got to be a gift from God.
Yeah,
It's amazing, amazing power.
definitely, man. What about his opponent that he's fighting? You know,
Listen,
he's an undefeated fighter.
yeah, Zung Song. He's the IBF mandatory number one, so he's got to make his mandatory defense September 26th on BT Sport. So make sure you're tuning in. Listen, every boxer put in front of you is a threat. You're seeing the other day, and Dillian White and the Povetkin situation. Everybody knows
Yeah.
that. Everyone knows Povetkin is a danger, and heavyweight punching. The last thing you lose is the power. And in heavyweight boxing, or in any boxing, it takes that one shot to make a change. And
Hmm.
so you can never be too confident, overconfident. You've got to be cautious in every single round, every single second, to the final bell. So any guy that stops there on a world level is a threat.
Of course, man. When's it? When is his? What weight is he fighting this next fight? Is that welterweight? Was it
Light welter.
light welterweight? Okay, man. So what's his plans to be a world champion at light welterweight and welterweight?
Well, he's already holding three versions: the ring belt, the IBF, the WBA super. Obviously, he
Hmm.
wants to clean up with progress. Whoever wants it, then step up. And it's Crawford. Crawford's the man you got to beat. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And that way, it's Crawford. He's already shown that he's the best at light world. So move up. These elite boxers need super challengers to motivate them. You see that with Billy Joe. You see that with Tyson, and you see it with Josh Taylor. He will, believe me. If there's a guy that's going to end Crawford, it's Josh Taylor.
Wow, that's a big statement, but I believe you. You know, I think he definitely got the tools to do it because he's very skilled as well, you know, and he's got underrated power, like you mentioned. And when he's stepped up in levels, he's shown that, you know, he's a class above his opponents. So maybe Crawford will bring the best out of him, and we've yet to see that. What do you feel?
Absolutely, but I feel Crawford's peaked, whereas Josh Taylor's not even peaked yet. And with the ad of Ben Davison, I think, you know, you're talking, you know, Josh Taylor's just that something special. I just cannot see how he's going to hold the power of Josh Taylor. I just cannot see it. And the speed of it, and he's, like he says, improving on the defense. You know, you got to understand this guy is something special. The Tartan Tornado is going to sweep them all away. Oh, while I'm at it, can I give a shout out to Siraj Ahmed, who's definitely tuned in. Siraj, a good lad, good family friend, good boxer, and one to watch out for. So big up, Siraj.
100. You know, Siraj has been following me as well.
Hey, listen, I've got to give a shout out to Ali Mahmood. You know, Mr. TB. You know what he's doing is phenomenal. That, you know, it's great to see what he's doing, and it's actually emotional, and it's a proud.
Good, man. He's bringing
it's a proud thing for me to see that we're establishing ourselves, and what Mr. TB is doing is brilliant. I'm so proud of him. So a big shout out to Ali Mahmood.
Yeah, shout him out. Yeah, for real, bro. So yeah, shout out to all them lot as well, especially Hamza, Umar, all them lot, man. They're really future. They're the future.
Lovely guys. Hamza Shiraz, the European WBO champion. Now he's definitely, listen, I've said it. Listen, I've been part of it. I'm always there in the background. I'm always there for them. They are something special. You know, Umar Khan's coming up. He's got his debut coming up. He's definitely, look with the amateurs, he cleaned house. But obviously with what happened, forced him to turn pro. An exceptional fighter, an exceptional team, great people, generally great people.
I believe he's going to go to the top, man.
And with them being British Pakistanis as well, it's just great. It's just great for us.
100%, bro. Yeah, but what else, man? Tell me about Billy Joe Saunders. What has he been up to?
Hey, listen, you know what's been happening. I don't want to get into this because this is your show, but you know, you can't say to somebody.
Man, it's boxing anyway.
Listen. I'm only going to say how it is.
Yeah.
Your man is protected because he's a business. He wants to make money. Billy Joe Saunders is a fighting man. He's one of the greatest British boxers ever. But I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to a slagging match because the fight ain't lined up. When it does happen, obviously we'll have our little banter. You know it, I know it. And like you always say, what
Asgy,
you telling me?
Asgy. We spoke last time, yeah. Last time we spoke, I remember what you said was the same words I heard was the fight's definitely happening. And now I don't understand. Like, why is it not happening?
Because some fella who's ginger decides to make a stupid offer and give the guy only 6 weeks to prepare, knowing that ain't going to happen. This is world level. This is why he beats who he beats. When he didn't get his own way against Mr. Floyd Mayweather, who I deem was one of the greatest ever. What happened?
But don't worry about now. Before
my friend, I ain't worried about that. I'm talking about greatness. Now, if your team wanted it, even when Billy Joe pulled aside and says, you know what, there's Callum Smith. And what did he do? No, and I'm going to hit it straight direct. I'm going to ask you this. Who's he fighting next? Who was Canelo opted for? For what?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed as well, to be honest. Yeah, but
do you understand the business side of it?
Of course, but look at the landscape. This is going to be his first fight back. Look at who Josh Taylor's fighting. You know what I mean? Like no one's really heard of them.
No. Those that know boxing, this is the IBF #1. The IBF #1. Yeah. Now, just for the record, Billy Joe Saunders' team put Billy Joe Saunders' name in the mix for the WBC belt, but Team Canelo didn't accept. But like I said, I don't want to get into it because, listen, you are what you are. You're either a fighting man or you're a businessman. Billy Joe said...
No, don't get me wrong. I got nothing against Billy Joe Saunders, but I don't feel that he's going to beat Canelo. That's just me, innit?
Absolutely.
But to be honest, listen.
Appreciate
let me finish.
Yeah. but you don't
You
appreciate
see
greatness
Billy Joe
until
Saunders.
after.
He's great. I know he's great. He's got the boxing skills. And bro, like it's gonna be Canelo's hardest fight till date. You know, all these other opponents, they're bullshit. Like Canelo will wipe them out, but Billy Joe Saunders, he brings something new to the table, which
And
Canelo
that's what
weaknesses.
that's what makes an exciting fight, and that's something that I'm looking forward to. And this is where we're gonna have our little banter. It's gonna be great. The build-up's gonna be great. Fight night's gonna be great. The result's gonna be great. Don't worry. You won't be having a bad night because I'll be treating you to a kebab after. We're celebrating Billy Joe's win. You know, Canelo's end. Don't worry. It's gonna happen. And when it happens, we're gonna be sitting together watching it.
All right, perfect. That's the perfect scenario for me. And to be honest, like you're a huge Billy Joe Saunders guy, you know, and I'm a huge Canelo fan, and you know, it's gonna be an emotional fight for both of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what it is? May the best man win. And may
So,
it be at an equal ground, equal training facilities, fair play, a real man's sport, and may the best man win.
100%, bro, man. Do you think it will happen though?
I think the public will demand it to happen.
And then it will happen.
Listen, it's not going to go into Canelo's favour. The longer it goes on, the more. Remember, Canelo's already peaked. He's declining. Billy Joe is getting better and better and better. And this is what you got to understand.
But you got to
Skill.
understand, Billy Joe Saunders is getting older as well.
No, listen, absolutely. And listen, and no disrespect to your friend, you know, Mr. Ginger Bollocks, Canelo. He's
Yeah,
a phenomenal boxer. He's one of my favourites. He really, genuinely is. However, when it's against one of the lads, I've got my lads back 100%. But away
yeah,
from that, if it was against Tom, Dick, or Harry, I've
yeah.
got Canelo's back. You know what I mean?
Of course, man. I know. 100%, man.
But let
But
me just
how's it been,
remind you.
bro?
Sorry? What?
How's it been for you? Like, obviously, training your fighters behind closed doors.
Well, at the moment, I can only do what I can do with Lions Den. Lions Den, Sam Goodrum's really been very good with me. He's helped me out. He
Yeah,
trains, you know, the boxer I manage, Hannah Jones, who's going to make a pro debut soon, as will Ellis Hopkins. I've got Big Mark training there. I've got Andreas. I've got Siraj. I've got a few
yeah,
boxers that are coming along there. Then I assist Ben Davidson. We've got obviously Josh Taylor's there, and we've
yeah.
got the Maverick. He's
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I was gonna ask you about that as well, you know.
Yeah.
What happened? How comes he changed his mind and come back? Because
Listen, Shabazz never came back. It was always in the pipeline. It was always a case of getting Ben Davidson involved right from the start. If you watch our interviews. Now, obviously, we had a few issues with the management, which was just my issue with his management at that time, who we just couldn't agree on something. Me and Shabazz never had a problem. Shabazz did what he did. But obviously, he always stayed in touch with Ben. Obviously, Ben knows what's right, and he did the best for Shabazz, got him joined up with MTK. So now it's back on track. Ben's, you know, he really is doing a fantastic job. Shabazz, but I'm not just saying this, will be world champion. Right now, super bantamweight, and even the featherweights, they all better watch out because he will beat them. He really is something special. Love him or hate him, he is something special.
100%. I agree with you. The way I've seen him fight.
Hold on. Is that my cousin Imran? Yes, Imi? Oh, well, yeah. My man Imran, Captain Googles. How are you, me?
Yeah, so what about Tyson Fury now? See the heavyweight division. It's all
Listen,
stacked.
Tyson's done what he's needed to do. He's completed, he's conquered, he's done it all. You've seen what's happened to Dillian White, which was a shame. But
Yeah,
it shows you that Tyson's a league above everybody. For me, he's done it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it now.
does he want the Joshua fight after the Wilder fight then?
No, he definitely wants a Joshua fight. Does he need a Joshua fight? No, he don't. But he wants a Joshua fight because that's the only fight out there to motivate him. And look what he done to Deontay Wilder twice. You know, who else is there? Look what he did to Klitschko. People don't understand. Look what he did to Chisora when Chisora was at peak. And don't tell me Chisora's not good. Look what Chisora did to White. Look what Chisora's been doing to Klitschko's. Chisora at the peak, Tyson beat to get the British title. So
Yeah,
understand, Tyson's jumped into the lion's den. time and time again, and he's conquered it. King of the world.
Of course, man. What did you feel about the Dylan White defeat? Was it a shock to you?
Listen, heavyweight boxing can change, and you could hear his corner team saying, don't lean too close. Be very cautious. You're already winning the fight. Don't get too involved. They was going to pull Dillian White, Povetkin out after being dropped
Really?
twice. Dillian
Yeah.
White was cruising, and you know what it was? I actually wanted him to win. I actually wanted him because I thought that would be a good fight for Tyson. It's a great build-up for British boxing. But, you know, things happen. And like I said, you know, Tyson's just on a league of his own.
But don't you feel a bit sorry for Dylan White though? Like, you know, he was waiting so long for that title shot, and this was the chance to, you know, make it happen, and it's all gone down the drain.
Listen, Dillian White is a warrior. He was
Yeah.
a gladiator. He dared to dream. He didn't have to take this Povetkin fight. He could have had an easy fight. But he wanted to show that how good he was, and he was doing very, very well. You know, you can't take nothing away from the trainers because, you know, Tibbs is a very, very, very good trainer. But he fancied a change. He made a change, and he was cruising. He brought in Dave Caldwell, and Dave Caldwell was giving him right advice. And it's just one of those things, that shot took him out because he was leaning forward. And that shot would have taken anybody out. But it is what it is. Heavyweight boxing is booming, and Tyson just above them all.
Of course, man. But like in terms of Dylan White now, like he hasn't had a big amateur background, you know, and he's been learning on the job. So what do you say? Do you think, you know, he will ever be a world champion?
I hope so. I think he'll get a version of it. But they ain't going to take the title of Tyson. That's what they've got to understand. They'll only win once Tyson gives it up. Is that my man Johnny Evans, little Johnny, one of my boxers? How you doing, Johnny?
A lot of guys tuning in. That's good to see,
Hey,
man.
listen, Johnny Evans is one phenomenal young kid, 10 years old, brilliant boxer. I used to train his older brother, Marty Boy, brilliant boxer, but I heard he's got married. So congratulations, Marty.
Congrats.
Johnny, don't worry, I've not forgot you.
What else though? What are you thinking about boxing at the moment, man? Do you think like it's missing that extra, you know, touch to it like it usually does? The excitement.
Listen, obviously people are going to see a difference, but the ball's rolling. We've had some fantastic shows from both Eddie Hearns and Frank Warren and MTK. So you can't knock it on the head. It's been brilliant. I think boxing, you've had some great fights. Women boxing's on a high. The whole boxing, even the guy that you was in Congo that you backed. Look what he did. What a great jab he's got. You know, it was
Congo. You see what it was with Congo. When I first noticed about Congo is obviously I didn't follow his career.
Who's this? Harris XS Harris. We'd love to train with you one day, Uncle. I've seen you a while back at Shabazz Way in Leeds. Hey, listen, anytime, young man, whenever you want, just get in touch, pop down, let's just train. I'm not one of them guys. I am approachable, and it is what it is. Just come down and train.
He's a very good guy, man. And the experience he brings to the table is invaluable, man. He's been there with the best of them. So I respect that, man. 100. But yeah, Asgy, what else, man? What else are you looking forward to in the boxing world?
Mohammed Rabi. I'm looking forward to working with him when he comes over. He's a good kid, really good. Moroccan world amateur champion, an Olympian bronze medalist. I'm looking to support everyone and anyone. I'm excited about Dennis McCann. I think he's definitely going to be world champion, but I would love to see Dennis McCann fight Mark Leach, who I think is very, very good. I've got all the time in the world for anyone that's associated with TB Promotions, because Ali Mahmood is doing a fantastic, fantastic job, and I'm so proud of him. Because if there's a guy, if everyone who's met him will tell you he's a great, great guy, and for him linking people with the promoters, it's only good for our people, and I'm so proud of him.
Cool, man.
And I'm excited for my young boxer, and this is a personal favourite of mine, is young Ali Tazim. He's 17 now, a year of training, and I know his dad's going to fully focus on him. So he's another kid that I'm really looking forward to watching develop, because I've seen him go through the amateurs. I'm excited. Exciting times ahead.
Definitely, man. I just hope we get that Billy Joe Saunders vs Canelo fight though one day, and you know, it's gonna be a fascinating fight, man. Obviously, you got your reasons, I've got mine, and
Listen,
that's why I really like him.
I see what he does. I'm just amazed. I'm just flabbergasted. I'm like, wow. I'm in the presence of greatness. You're talking one of the greatest British boxers ever. So, maximum respect to Billy Joe, Josh Taylor, Big Tyson. Hey, got to give a shout out to Leo. Leo's
Yeah.
up at the camp with Josh and Shabazz. So, big Leo, respect my man.
When's Siraj next fighting though? Because you know Siraj
Yeah.
has been
Listen,
following.
Siraj is ready. Just waiting on when he can get his medical done and just
Yeah.
build him up, because he's got to build up the momentum first. Siraj is a dedicated young man, a very likable. I get on very close with like family. So sooner the better. I've got Habil Khan, who's from Rochdale, the
Yeah.
Rochdale Rocket. He's a guy I manage as well. A super talented kid who's been in sparring with the world, the country's best, and he's held his own. So Siraj, I can't wait for him. Habil Khan, Hannah Jones, Ellis Hopkins. These are the people I cannot wait for. Shabazz Masood is fighting for the English title against Michael Ramboleta, and I think Shabazz will do very, very well. I think Shabazz will go on to fantastic height, and with Ben leading the way, I think, there's no stopping. For me, it's never about the trainers, it's always about the boxer, and I want the best for him.
100%, bro.
But
I just feel that you don't get the credit you deserve because you do a lot behind the scenes. And especially with your fighters, the way you promote them is as if, they're promoting themselves. So I've got to shout you out.
Listen, I'll work with any boxer that needs my help. All the boxers have to do is say, look, Asgy, can you help me out? That's not a problem. I'm all about people who appreciate your time, because I've been with a lot of boxers that I've worked a long time with, and they've never once says thank you. It's never about money. It costs me money, but I just want to thank you at the end, and that's it.
100%, bro.
Hey, listen, it's all about, hey, is Nenny Boy there? And let me tell you about a little Nenny Boy. I call him GB, yeah? He was one of my first students, and this kid is something special, really is. And and then he went off the rails, and I had to grab hold of him. I said, look, you're talented. I took him to, I think it was either Portugal or Sweden. We took him abroad, and he won the International Box Cup. And then hopefully, one day, hopefully he gets back on it. And GB, if you're watching this, you've got to get back on track. Really is talented.
That's crazy, man. It's funny how you find all these talented fighters. Where do you go to, the amateur shows?
Listen, I'm one of them guys that travel the country. I love boxing. I'm a boxing man. I love it. Adam Mohammed, who's just from Repton, who's just signed with Alfie Warren, just doing a promotion with Frank Warren. These are kids I've been watching from day one. Adam Azim, Hassan Azim. These guys have just turned with MTK. All the boxers, even when Dennis McCann was in the queues, and the Daniel Dubois, and these are the guys I followed because I'm a boxing man. I love grassroots boxing.
I know you know your stuff, man. Trust me, Asky. That's why I mess with you, man. Trust me, you know your stuff. And even though we have that rivalry, I've always got that respect, man.
Listen, it's all love and respect, because there's nothing personal. It's the beauty of boxing. We love it.
Of course, man. 100%. So what do you feel that Josh Taylor is going to do in his next fight?
I think he'll be very, very cautious to start with, but I feel this moment he lands, and in them 10-ounce gloves, he's going to break some bones. Hold on, it's not even 10-ounce gloves. It could be 8 ounce. Because he's under welterweight and it's light welter. Wow.
He's got a lot of skills, and I feel that he can eventually definitely move up and win a world title at welterweight, But the welterweight division is stacked, though.
Mate, they'll run from him. They'll avoid him like the plague. That's why, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. And the best of that division is Crawford. That's the man you've got to target. That's the man you've got to get. Got to do whatever it takes to call him out. And I think he will. And I think it'll be a mega fight. He's with Top Rank. Both of them with Top Rank. Of course it's going to happen.
100%. So do you feel like the Crawford is like the best one in the welterweight division at the moment?
100%. One of the best in the world right now, pound for pound, without a doubt.
But you know, Errol Spence Jr., I feel he's up there as well, you know.
Yeah, it can be argued. However, I also state the fact that when a man starts drinking, driving, acting reckless, it shows you about his lifestyle. These people at the top are so disciplined in what they do, and those that stay disciplined remain intact. And how do you call it? Longevity. They have a
Yeah,
longevity in the game. Whereas Spence, I think he's starting to let himself go. I hope I'm wrong. I hope because he's a great boxer. He, like he says, Siraj, yeah, he is a beast. But when you have stupidity acts like that, I can't accept it because you could have hurt somebody. Somebody could
yeah.
have died because of your stupidity. I can't respect it.
Do you think he's gonna be the same fighter though? Has that crash taken a lot away from him? He's
I hope
lucky.
he does. I hope he does. God willing, because he's good for boxing.
Definitely, man. He's got a fight against Danny Garcia coming up. So, what do you feel is gonna happen in that fight?
I think he'll beat him. I think he'll get his momentum. He'll get his love for it, and I think he'll get some tough rounds in, and then he'll be back. Then we'll know whether he's back.
Hmm. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing Josh Taylor in the ring and seeing what improvements you lot have made.
Hold on, I've not even talked about the bear, the big bear, big Mark Ahanjo. No, he's a flipping powerhouse. He's the East Midlands champion, someone I
Yeah,
work with Prospects ABC, my amateur club. I want him to turn pro. I think he's ready, but it's whether he's ready. And he's going to be a guy I'll be making a lot of noise about. And again, I'll be making a lot of noise about Habil Khan because I think he's something special. Someone I manage. Again, Hannah Jones, she'll be making some noise. Ellis Hopkins, who I'm associated with,
yeah,
she'll
yeah.
be making some noise. Siraj in Nottingham, he'll be making some noise. Even if they're not making noise, believe me, I'll be making some noise. And I'll be drumming, I'll be beating them drums hard. Believe me. You know what I need to? I'll get TB, Mr. TB down. He makes a lot of noise.
For real, man. Um, who else is who you looking forward to? You know, fighting.
Looking forward to. Well, I don't know. Harry Sackbar's one kid I really like. I really do. I followed his amateurs, and I think it's time that he turned over a bit. I'm looking forward to the Azim brothers, without doubt. Listen, I'm just a boxing man. Anyone that I know who I think's talented, I like to follow their career. I like to move forward. I like to
Mm,
support him 100% because it's great to see our people move forward. And the only way we're going to stay up there is if we support each other. And by bickering and bitching and hating on each other is not going to do anyone any good. So I think
mm.
if we stick together, not a problem. Hold on, what's this? Boxing doctor. Hi, coach. I've heard good things about you from Shabazz. May God bless for all your hard work. Shabazz. Not really. Thanks, boxing doctor. Listen, I just do what I do. I'm not saying I'm anything special, but, you know, I put in a lot of work. There's a lot of brothers out there doing very well. They don't get the shout. You know, Amir Khan, you know, Killer, Latif Mohammed. These are the kind of guys that do a lot of work. So you got to give them their respect. Dr. T, he does his work. You know, all these people that put in the work. I'm just very fortunate that I've been blessed with the right opportunities, and I can't take away what other people's do because you've got to give the grassroots boxing coaches their respect. I'm the prodigy. Hey, I got a shout out to Spider.
Spider.
Spider from Birmingham. What a boxer. I can't wait to watch him. Hey, big man Tom Little. Now, I see Tom Little. I've
Yeah,
got a lot of time for Tom Little. Now, I've seen this man spar train, and he's a phenomenal. He's calling out people. He's calling out Dave Allen, which he says,
yeah,
Tom Little will beat most of these boxers. A fit, focused Tom Little beats
yeah.
them all. And I would love for Tom Little to get that
Tom
British
Little,
title.
when he fought David Price, boy, he gave a good account of himself, and you know, he nearly had David Price out of there.
Mate, forget yesterday. I'm
Yeah,
on about a fit, focused Tom Little against any fucker from this country.
yeah.
He will definitely become British champion. You understand? He's got the personality. He can flip in box, and he brings excitement. So I want Tom Little to fight for a British title, and I definitely think he'll win.
Great. Big up Tom Little, you know,
Big up Tom Little, a very, very good man, a brother.
100. Boy, who do you
So
think will win out of Dave Allen versus Tom Little? That's a good
Tom,
match.
Tom Little, all day, every day. You put anyone against Tom Little, I'll back Tom Little. Why? He's a brother. I've got my man's back 100%.
Shout out Tom Little, man.
Mate, I'm telling all the brothers that are watching this interview, please get behind Tom Little. He's a brother, and with our support, we'll move forward. Believe me, a top brother.
100%, bro. Yes, man. So, last weekend's fights, that was the last matchroom camp, event. What did you think of it?
I think it was a great show. I enjoyed it, to be fair. I really did. I think the commentary's a bit biased, but it is what it is. Listen, the fighters I'm interested in are the people I'm associated with. Without a doubt, Billy Joe Saunders, because he's one of my favourite boxers ever. The greatest British boxer in this country. I was privileged to be part of his corner when he won the super middleweight title. So I want Billy Joe to kick the fuck out of your fucking mate, Canelo, if the man grows some balls, which I don't think he will. But that's a different story. Put anybody in front of him, apart from Chris Eubanks Jr., who got splattered anyway, and I think he's a piece of shit, so I'm not really interested in him. So forget him, but anyone else. Obviously, Josh Taylor's going to do the business to become the two-weight or unified champion, without a doubt. I would love Tom Little to fight for the British title. I know Tom Little will win the British title. I want, obviously, Tyson to beat up AJ and just walk away from boxing. No, he don't need Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury don't need AJ now. But for the sake of it, beat him up and get off. Leave the game.
Is that all he wants to accomplish now? Is beating?
No. This is what I want. That's what I would want for him. But that's his story. He's got a new team. Good luck to the man. I want Shabazz to go and win the world titles, which I know he will. I want Mohammed Rabi to go and win a world title. I want anyone I'm associated with. I've got 100% backing, 100% support. So listen, it is what it is. I'd say to everybody, if I can help you in any way, shout me out. Anyone I'm associated with, please support him, as I would support anyone you're associated with. I'll back anybody, but together we're stronger. Remember that. A fist is more powerful clinched.
100. Well, in terms of Siraj, though, man, I like Siraj because he's given me a lot of support since I started being on Instagram.
Let me tell you about Siraj. Whether he boxes or whether he doesn't, he's a 100% guy. I've got a lot of time, a lot of respect for the man because he's 100%. I don't care if you're average or you're the world's best. As long as you're 100%, that's all I can ask for. And I've got his back 100%.
100%. But in terms of Siraj, I wanted to ask you a question. It was like, obviously he hasn't had the greatest starts to his career, but do you think
because the guidance wasn't there? There wasn't people that would guide. People were using people to become journeymen. People were using people to make money. It's a business. But I'm not in this game to make money. I'm in this game to make the boxer achieve their goal. You come to me and I'll be real. If you say, I want to win a world title and you ain't winning a world title, I'll tell you, look, this game ain't for you. The most you're going to win is probably in English. So if you're going to go for the English, we're going to aim for the British. So we've got something to fall back on. I'll be honest with somebody. We'd go step by step. With Siraj, I believe he's got English title potential. So with Siraj, build him first. Forget yesterday. That's an experience. Build him back up, build the momentum, and then see where we're at from there. Like I'll do with any other boxer.
So what can we expect from his next fight? How have you seen him during this training camp? What can you tell me?
Listen, Siraj is getting better and better. We've been sparring. We're taking him all over. He knows how well he's done. He's been in with some boxers that are doing very, very well. Can't mention no names because I won't be respectful to them. But what happens in the gym stays in the gym. But he's been doing very, very, very well.
That's good, man. I'm looking forward to his next fight, man.
Listen, like I said, can we give a shout out to my man Tom Little again? Because that man needs all the respect because he's just one top brother. So could you give a shout out? Let me hear it from you.
Listen, big up Tom Little, man. Obviously, he's definitely been in there with some real competition, and no one's got the balls to go in there with certain man like he's been in there with AJ. He's been in there with David Price. A lot of good fighters, and on his day, he's going to be a handful for anyone.
Absolutely. And we've got to give a shout out to Habil Khan, the Rochdale Rocket. I know he hates the name, but it is what it is. So Habil Khan, when you're back on track, we're ready. We're going to just take the whole game by storm. And listen,
100, bro.
as much as you're
Yeah,
a Canelo boy, get behind Billy Joe Saunders. Like I said, one of the greatest ever. Get
bro.
behind him.
I'm behind Billy Joe Saunders. The thing with me, Asky, yeah, I'll be real with you, yeah. I'm a guy that's come from a shithole, a shit place, you know. I wasn't rich, I wasn't brought up rich or anything. But the thing is, like, when people show me respect, that's when I respect them. And like, when people just come across as a bit disrespectful, then obviously, then I lose respect for them because I'm a good guy, you know. And that's just the way I am, to be honest, because I've got principles at the end of the day. You know, anyone can be nice to anyone, but if someone's coming across like, you know, a bit weird, then obviously I'm not gonna be really, you know, making a
Absolutely.
conversation.
Absolutely. Impressions for means a lot, but take my word for it.
Bro.
The guys I'm associated with are very, very good people. I've got to give a shout out to my man Barry. Yes, Uncle Barry and his son Larry. And the Pound for Pound Gym. Big shout out to all the Pound for Pound family.
100%, bro. But anyways, what else would you like to talk about, Asky? You know, 'cause
Listen, what I want to talk about is our people and the people within. Together, we can achieve anything. Remember the numbers.
yeah,
United we stand, divided we fall. So stop hating on each other. I understand this. You're from this side, you're from that side. Who gives a fuck?
yeah, who
We
gives a fuck, right?
we
To be
show we've
honest,
got.
bro,
Listen,
listen, yeah,
this game is about numbers. You show the numbers, you'll achieve everything. One man achieves it, we all achieve it. And like I said, it doesn't have to be all Asians, it doesn't have to be all Pakistanis. There's
bro,
all as a
what it
firm,
is,
everyone as a firm, stick together. If one man's fighting, we all get behind him. Tom Little's fighting, we all go down and support him. Habil's fighting, we go support him. Dennis McCann's fighting, we go support him. Vice versa, it doesn't matter who. Adan Mohammed, we go support him. Hannah Jones, we support her. Alice Hopkins, we
yeah,
support her. Get behind
100%,
each other.
yeah. 100%. But listen, I gotta say one thing, like it's all about the boxers, to be honest. Like I support the boxers. You don't have to like me. No one has to like me. But you know, I've got my own niche in it, and people like
Hey,
that like it.
Zane, we all love you because you're Mr. Money Man. 7 predictions, you're a rich man.
Bro, it's not about that, man.
Hey,
It's about
we're coming to London. The treats are on you.
100%. I've always got you, Asky. Like, you know
Which
what?
part of London are you at?
I'm in South London,
What's that? I really don't know.
basically near like Thornton Heath. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a shithole, isn't it? It's a shit area, man. The crime rate's bad, and yeah, it's all mad down there, man. Yeah. But you
Listen,
know what it is, bro? I'm just trying to progress in my life, innit? Like, I spent a lot of years doing the wrong things.
Zane, that's why I'm on here because I like what you do and I want to support. I want to build it up because you're a good person. You know, I've not known you long, but I like what you do. And I know if we don't support each other, who's going to support? Who's going to support? If we don't help each other, who's going to help us? I help you, you help me. That's how we work.
Of course, bro, man. And it's not even about that, man. I've got a lot of respect for people like you, people who respect me. You know, people who give me credit for what I do
Oh,
because
my man Barry Zabacon's on in the house. Big up Barry. Hey, Barry's got he told many years ago Barry told me about a guy called Habib. Now everyone thought, who the fuck's this Habib? This was then. This guy went on to show the world he's the man, the eagle. Now he's telling me about this new brother, this new MMA fighter. Now this is the guy. When Barry says something about MMA, they're the ones you want to follow.
100%.
So big up Barry,
Bang up, Barry.
Uncle Barry, Bazza. Yeah, Mokiev, that's it, Mokiev, that's the man. Now when Barry tells you about this guy, get behind whoever Barry says. Like he says, he's a beast.
Wow. Bro,
Hey,
so
listen, while I'm at it, can I give a shout out to Dr. T? You know, he lost his nephew, you know, sad, very, very sad, so young, but I didn't say it's God's will. And
who
we can
lost
only
his
offer Dr. T's, Ali Team's father, Ali Team's cousin who passed away. So, you know, make dua for the family, make it easy for them.
nephew?
Yeah, because, you know, it's very, very tough. And Dr. T does so much for boxing with the pound for pound team. And, you know, they are going to move mountains when they're ready. When it's their time, they're going to make some serious noise. And as they've supported so many, I think we all should get behind them and support them, as I would support anyone up south and up north or wherever in the Midlands. Together, we will move mountains. And we're going to
100%.
start by supporting our man, Tom Little. Get behind Tom Little. And while we're at this, give a big shout out to Ben Davidson, who does a remarkable job. Big up,
Big
Ben.
up Ben Davidson, man. Ben Davidson, I think he's done a lot for Tyson, He got him out.
Listen, we would not have Tyson Fury if it wasn't for Ben Davidson. Fact. If it wasn't for Ben Davidson, we would not have Tyson where he is if it wasn't for Ben.
100%. I believe that,
Zayn, I've got to shoot right now. I'll tell you why. I'm with my lovely family, my wife, hello, Wazzy, and the kids in the back somewhere. They're all hiding. I'm at a train station. Just picked up my daughters come from London, Aruj.
Okay.
So
No, you
got
get
to
on,
shoot.
bro, man. Wallahi,
Zayn,
bro. It was a serious, nice conversation, bro. I
let's
appreciate
all
it.
get behind my man Tom Little, Habil Khan, Hannah Jones, Siraj Ahmed, Big
All of
Bear, all of them. Dr. T,
Yeah.
Pound for Pound, my second home. Prospects ABC massive. The Lions Den massive. King's Gym massive. Everybody. The Azim brothers. Brother Hamza Shiraz. Big up TB Promotions. Ali Mahmood and whoever he's associated with. Any
100%.
gym all over the country. You've got our support. Stick together, guys. Anyone need any help, give me a shout. I'm there. Zayn, hey, little Johnny, go to bed, you. It's bedtime. Zayn,
That's
my
good.
brother, thank you for
Always,
having me on.
man. Yeah, we're gonna catch up soon, man. Love,
Inshallah.
yeah.
Take care,
Inshallah.
my man.
Assalamu alaikum, bro.
See you, my brother.